35. Elihu spake moreover and said, Thinkest thou this to be right, that thou saidst, My righteousness is more than God's? For thou saidst, What advantage will it be unto thee? And what profit shall I have if I be cleansed from my sin? I will answer thee, and thy companions with thee. Look unto the heavens and see, and behold the clouds which are higher than thou. If thou sinnest, what doest thou against him? Or if thy transgressions be multiplied, what doest thou unto him? If thou be righteous, what givest thou him? Or what receivest he of thine hand? Thy wickedness may hurt a man as thou art, and thy righteousness may profit the Son of Man. By reason of the multitude of oppressions they make the oppressed to cry. They cry out by reason of the arm of the mighty. But none saith, Where is God my Maker, who giveth songs in the night, who teacheth us more than the beasts of the earth, and maketh us wiser than the fowls of heaven? There they cry, but none giveth answer, because of the pride of evil men. Surely God will not hear vanity, neither will the Almighty regard it. Although thou sayest thou shalt not see him, yet judgment is before him, therefore trust thou in him. But now because it is not so, he hath visited in his anger. Yet he knoweth it not in great extremity. Therefore doth Job open his mouth in vain. He multiplieth words without knowledge. Elihu here is taken some things that Job has said and sort of twisted them a little bit. But basically, he's tried to make it look as though, again, Job is protesting his righteousness, not just being righteous, not just having been righteous. And from Job's point of view, when he says, let's see here. My righteousness, Elihu says that Job said, My righteousness is more than God. What advantage will it be to me? What profit if I be cleansed from my sin? And that sounds like a horrible question to ask, but if you don't have any sin to be cleansed from, then obviously there is no point in suffering as though you had committed some sin. And Elihu, because he doesn't understand how righteous Job was, thinks of these things as not being very honorable. Now, in the rest of the chapter, Elihu points out the differences, the contrast between God's power and all the weaknesses and foibles and problems mankind has. He basically points out that the sins that we commit affect other people, not God, and that our righteousness helps other people, but really doesn't have any impact on God. God is above those things. And last but not least, that man should trust totally in God regardless of what happens, and that man should not really trust implicitly in himself, which of course Job never did. Job, all the way through this, is bemoaning what has happened to him, but he hasn't condemned God. And so Elihu is looking at this in a way that isn't really very interpretive of what Job has said. He's sort of taken it as being different than what Job has meant, because of course Job knows his righteousness, Elihu doesn't. Elihu still thinks that Job has been rebellious, has been a sinner, and all of those things. And if he had the same understanding of how he had lived, of how Job has lived, he would probably have pretty much the same opinion as Job had.